Hydrogen hypercar engines are here to change the future of car technology. Hydrogen cars are already changing the way we think about cars. Current hydrogen cars can go up to 500 miles on a single tank of hydrogen, double the range of a Tesla Model 3. This means you could take a road trip without worrying about refueling your car for at least 2 days. Hydrogen hypercar engines are here to change the future of car technology. These engines will be more efficient, lighter, and faster than traditional gasoline-powered engines. They'll also produce less carbon dioxide emissions, making them better for the environment than conventional gasoline-powered engines. The problem, as of 2013, there are no working cars with hydrogen engines. Technology is advancing rapidly and engineers are working hard to make the dream cars of today a reality for the public. In 2014, General Motors released the first ever hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. How hydrogen gas works and why it is the best option for a new generation of cars. Hydrogen gas is a renewable energy source that can be used to power cars. Hydrogen gas is a clean, renewable energy source. It can be used to power cars and other types of vehicles. Hydrogen gas has the potential to replace gasoline and diesel as the best transportation fuel option for the future. Hydrogen gas is an efficient, clean fuel that can be used in vehicles or homes. It produces only water vapor when it is burned and has the potential to replace gasoline and diesel as the best transportation fuel option for the future. Hydrogen gas is a clean, renewable energy source. It can be used to power cars and other types of vehicles. Hydrogen gas has the potential to replace gasoline and diesel as the best transportation fuel option for the future. Hydrogen gas is an efficient, clean fuel that can be used in vehicles or homes. It produces only water vapor when it is. What are the benefits of a hydrogen fuel cell engine? A hydrogen fuel cell engine is a fuel cell that uses hydrogen as the source of power. It converts the chemical energy of hydrogen to electricity, which in turn creates an electric current to power onboard electric motors. Hydrogen fuel cells are more efficient than traditional internal combustion engines, and they emit only water vapor and heat as byproducts. Hydrogen fuel cell engines can also be used to store renewable energy, such as solar or wind power. A hydrogen fuel cell engine is a cleaner option when compared with traditional fossil fuels like oil and gas. Hydrogen fuel cells also produce less carbon dioxide emissions than gasoline engines because they don't use fossil fuels for their operation. What are the costs involved with building a hydrogen fuel cell engine? Keywords: costs associated with building an HFCE. The costs of building a hydrogen fuel cell engine are difficult to estimate because they vary depending on the type of fuel cell engine and the type of fuel used. The cost also depends on whether it is a stationary or mobile unit. The cost of building a stationary unit is higher than that of a mobile unit. This is because the stationary units usually have more components and require more time for installation. The mobile units, on the other hand, are typically cheaper because they use fewer materials, have fewer parts, and can be installed in shorter periods. Veritech and Pininfarina have announced plans to put a hydrogen-fueled car into production in 2023. H2 Clipper has also said it can produce a prototype for its hydrogen-powered airship by 2025. Veritech has unveiled the 1,000 kilograms Hypercar, a hydrogen-fueled, high-performance car with half the weight of comparable battery vehicles. Introducing a new environmentally friendly form of transportation. A world-first hydrogen hypercar has been announced by a UK startup. The firm claims that the Hypercar is the ultimate proof that hydrogen is the best solution for any vehicle where weight is a critical factor. Pininfarina produced the body while Veritech created the powertrain technology. Production isn't expected to begin until 2023 and will be limited to 25 cars per year. The cars will be produced at Pininfarina's plant. H2 Clipper has completed a simulated wind tunnel test of its hydrogen-powered airship by using computational fluid dynamics, CFD. The analysis confirms that the airship's aerodynamic design achieves an extremely low level of residual drag and is another step in validating the airship's operating performance and the company's cost modeling, said the California-based aerospace company. The airship is expected to be ready by 2025, with flight testing scheduled for 2028. The European Commission and the Norwegian government agreed to do more work together in the energy field, with 100 TWh of extra energy supplied this year. Their medium-term hydrogen plans include cooperation on offshore renewables and carbon capture and storage (CCS). In line with this, Enova has also announced 1.12 billion Norwegian kroner (0.11 billion euros) of funding for hydrogen production, infrastructure, and education. A new report from Ember says that clean electricity systems across Europe will be made possible with just 3 key technologies: electrolyzers, connections, and dispatchable generation. An EU-based climate think tank says that granular modeling shows Europe can operate a 95% clean power system without compromising reliability, even with unfavorable climatic conditions by 2035. Wind and solar output frequently exceed demand, at which point electrolyzers convert excess supply into green hydrogen, it said. The electrolyzer fleet grows to 200 gigawatts to 400 gigawatts by 2035. Siemens Energy and Air Liquide have announced the creation of a joint venture for the production and distribution of renewable hydrogen electrolyzers in Europe, a major leap in our fight against climate change. Production is expected to begin in the second half of 2023 and ramp up to an annual production capacity of 3 gigawatts by 2025, said the Franco-German partnership. In the process of steel production, the majority of CO is emitted into the atmosphere before the liquid metal hits the caster. RWE and ArcelorMittal have signed a memorandum of understanding to develop renewable energy sources that involve offshore wind and hydrogen. This is an initiative to help produce low-emission steel in Germany. With renewable energy, the major steel producers can ensure a cleaner tomorrow. The major companies RWE and ArcelorMittal have signed a memorandum of understanding to develop renewable energy sources that involve offshore wind and hydrogen. Doing so will ensure the production of low-emission steel in Germany. 2 companies announced that they plan to start with a 70 megawatts pilot plant in Bremen-Eisenhüttenstadt by 2026. They also intend on increasing production scale over time depending on public funding. Nuvra Fuel Cells has recently received an order for an E-Series fuel cell engine from CMT, a propulsion technology research institute at the Universitat Politécnica de Valencia, Spain. CMT will evaluate the use of Nuvra's fuel cell engines in both road and aircraft applications.